Hello, Roger Bisbee here from the Skill Builder channel. Now I've got a little story that's going to be of interest to plumbers and hopefully to other people, and it's to do with sinks and basins. They always call them sinks when they're talking about them, but they could be wash hand basins, they could be sinks, and only plumbers know the difference. What it is that they're saying in the NHS and other hospitals, private hospitals, that you're better off not washing your hands because the danger posed by sinks and basins from the U-bend, from the trap, is such that when you go to wash your hands, you're splashing water down the sink, and that is releasing pathogens and things like MRSA into the air. You get little droplets on your clothes, and then they're carrying those around the hospital. So they're saying it's actually counterproductive to wash your hands, which is, after telling us we got to wash our hands and recite happy birthday while we do it. Do you remember all that in the COVID times? So now they're saying don't wash your hands, use hand sanitizer, and that's great for the manufacturers of hand sanitizer. I mean, they must be rubbing their hands together. But anyway, what do you think about this? Because now they're starting to take sinks and basins out of areas where they're going to cause contamination. In other words, any intensive care units, they're removing them from there, and generally from wards, so that if you go to wash your hands, you do so in an area like a utility room or a special area that's only for hand washing and hasn't got any direct contact with the patients. But of course, you've still got these little droplets splashing onto your clothes. So what do? Just stand behind the sink? Do you have a barrier in front of it, or do you redesign it? Now, there is a guy that works in a hospital. He looked at this. It's his special subject, all these microbes and so on. So he started looking at the design of sink traps, basin traps, coming up with a kind of helter-skelter arrangement, which he's patented, and he's getting, I would guess, somebody like McAlpine are going to make it for him, and he hopes that that's going to be put into all the sinks and traps. The trouble is it adds height to the contraption, so it means that if the waste pipe is going out through the wall, you've then got to re-drill the waste pipe, and a lot of reasons why it's difficult to do, but this will work for plumbers, I suppose, isn't it? What do you think, guys? And what do you think more specifically? Okay, you're not working in the healthcare or the wellness industry, as they call it, but what do you think about the whole risk that's posed from working at sinks? I mean, I've taken some horrors apart, as indeed every plumber probably has, and sometimes there's a kind of horrible gel in there. It just looks like something out of a science fiction movie, but it's this revolting stuff, and it smells terribly. When you take it apart, the customers go, oh my goodness. And you take it outside, you tap it on a brick wall, chuck it in a vegetable patch, and give it a good wash out, and then put it all back together again. But it's one of those jobs which has got to be done once a year. So are we now in the area of having annual sink servicing, where we go round to a house once a year and we take all the traps off the basins, off the sinks and everywhere else, give them all a good clean out and then put them back together? Or should we just be chucking chemicals down there? Because chemicals obviously got their drawbacks as well, haven't they? Or do we just abandon them altogether and go for hand sanitizer? If you're at risk as somebody that works in the NHS, if you're at risk being a patient, then you must be at risk as a plumber if you're dealing with this stuff. And I've been doing it for many years, and I'm not the most careful person about wearing gloves and mask and all the rest of it. I've just dived in there, put my hand down the gully and all that. I did actually get cryptosporidium some years ago, which is a very small cyst that birds carry between reservoirs. It's a tiny little thing. You can't kill it with UV apparently, so when it goes through the filtration process, if it escapes the filtration and it enters the water supply, there have been water companies who have found it in their reservoirs and had to get people drinking bottled water while they clear it through the system. So it does exist, and I've had it, and I don't know what you've had over the years. Perhaps you'd like to tell us in the comments below. Is it a risk? Should we be walking into customers' houses wearing hazmat suits and respirators? You tell me what you think. It's another one of those crazy stories, but it's perfectly true. They are doing it. I'm Roger Bisbee. Come back and see me soon. If you've got anything else that crops up on your feed that you think might be worthy of comment, send it in.